Welcome back, YouTubers, to my channel of an everyday life of an Aspie. If you're following me right now and you're new to my channel, I'm Aspie. I welcome you with open arms, and I'm all about creating mental health and awareness, sharing my life stories with Asperger's syndrome and the like, along with the tips and advice along the way on how I manage to treat myself in a best way I can for myself in this form of way of living. Many people may tend to question me or doubt me and my capabilities of how I go about these, treatments, but whatever it may be of how I go about it may not be best fit for you, or vice versa. What you do for yourself to manage and treat yourself, in a way of helping your conditions may not work for me, but it's just all about give and take and respecting each other's differences. Also along the way, while I've been doing some other bits and pieces, I've been doing a little bit of hauls that you may have seen just briefly of a couple of videos, and also I've been doing some messages of hope through like the Beauty from Ashes channel. But as I said so many times before, I am basically going to be taking a break as of now, sort of thing, just to do some Christmas vlogs to get on the bandwagon like many other YouTubers. I've done Christmas vlogging videos, and hopefully some of these videos will be of fun and value to you, and maybe you'll be able to learn something along the way, regardless what it may be of what I bring out, as well as just for some enjoyment and whatnot, to just take a break from my mental health stuff and other topics that I'm hoping to address to you all leading up to next year, whenever that will be. So this one's obviously going to be the day 6 of the Christmas vlogs, which I'm thinking about breaking it into 2 parts here, because this one's all about the Christmas cultures, traditions around the world, and obviously of this one is going to cover certain parts of the world, not all. I'll just humbly apologize if you don't hear of your country if you're from overseas, as well as also please forgive me if some of the pronunciations of some of the words that I'll be bringing out on some of the parts of whatever it may be on the parts of the country of your country, maybe you can correct me how it's pronounced as if you hear it's time and time again pronounced wrong. So let's begin this. Christmas cultures, traditions around the world, part 1. Okay, the first one is all about Argentina. As we know, in Argentina, it will be warm, obviously, and at Christmas time, usually preparations will begin very early in December and also in November. Many Argentinians will be Catholics and also celebrate events, kind of, culture like traditions. The houses are beautifully decorated with lights and wreaths of green, gold, white and red flowers. Red and white garlands are hung on the doors of the houses. Christmas trees are popular and usually often decorated by the 8th of December, which is the Feast of Immaculate Conception, which is obviously celebrated by Catholics when Mary was conceived. And the nativity scene, or presbytery, is also an important part of the Christmas decoration, as it's usually put nearer to the Christmas tree. Main Christmas celebrations takes place at Christmas Eve. Many Catholics go to a mass, however, in late afternoon. Many Christmas meals, I should say, I'm trying to read my writing as well, is eaten during the evening of Christmas Eve, often about 10-11 o'clock at night. Usually the meals that they're usually eating are served in basically the garden or on barbecues. The popular dishes will include for them roast turkey or pork, which is in the North Argentina states. Some people will have goat, stuffed tomatoes, salads and Christmas bread, and pudding like pan dulce and panettone. Austria obviously shares many of the traditions with its neighbouring country of Germany, yet with Austrians also they had many special customs of their own. During the Advent year, many families will have an Advent wreath made from evergreen twigs and decorated with ribbons, and 4 candles, one of which will be the 4 Sundays in the event. Candles is lit, and a carol also might be in singings. Most towns will have a Christkindl market, or as it's called in English, Christmas market, from late November to early December, selling Christmas decorations. Food like gingerbread and sweet warm mulled wine. Cities like Vienna, Innsbruck, and Salzburg has huge markets, and people from all around visits them. Every town will have a large Christmas tree, and homes, however, trees are decorated with gold and silver ornaments and stars made from straw. Christmas starts at 4 p.m. on Christmas Eve. When the tree is lit for the first time, people will come to sing Christmas carols. Christmas trees are then put on, obviously, Christmas Eve, however, and then decorations will be often included, such as candles, usually. How often these days, electric and sparkles. For children, other important decorations are sweets, such as small liquor-filled chocolate bottles, variety of chocolates, jelly things. Some children, however, might also get a present from St. Nicholas on the 6th of December. Main Christmas meal is also eaten on Christmas Eve, as it's often fried carp as the main meal. This is often because Christmas Eve was considered as a day of fasting by many Catholics, and the meat could be eaten, and no meat could be eaten, I should say. However, roast goose and turkey are becoming more popular nowadays. Desserts can be chocolate and apricot cake. In Belgium, as in the Netherlands, children believe that St. Nicholas brings them presents on the 6th of December. Children put shoes in front of their fireplace and hope for Christmas presents in and around their shoes. Christmas, however, is known as a more religious festival for the people in Belgium. On Christmas Eve, Kutavond in Flemish and Revelin, Daniel in Holland, a special meal is eaten by most families. It starts with a drink and nibbles, followed by a starters course such as seafood, and then followed by a stuffed turkey. A Christmas log made of sponge roll layered with chocolate, and cream. The outside of it, I should say, is covered in chocolate. The inside was cream. The chocolate obviously is made of the buttercream itself and will resemble like barks of chocolates, obviously to represent the chocolate log. Some people celebrate Advent and have Advent wreath crowns made from fir or liande greenery. The wreath has 4 candles again, and a candle is lit each week, counting down to Christmas. These are very popular in primary elementary schools, where an Advent song is sung when candles are lit. Lots of children also have paper Advent calendars with chocolate behind the doors each day. Chile, however, is the third one. Very warm in the middle of summer. Shares many of the same customs as of the USA. People like to decorate their houses with Christmas trees and lights. The nativity scenes are also an important decoration. They have little clay figures or presbyteries. Many Catholics in Chile celebrate Advent and go to a small church service for 9 days before Christmas, known as Novena. Christmas Eve is the most important part of the day over Christmas. Family and friends gather together for a big meal in the evening. The meal is eaten about 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Many people like to have asado or barbecue and chicken, turkey, and pork. Chilean Christmas cake is pan de pastel, which is quite like panettone. Popular Christmas drink for them in Chile is cola de mona, or monkey's tail, which is made from coffee, milk, liqueur, cinnamon, and sugar. Midnight, everyone opens their presents in Chile. Denmark. Some people gives and receives extra Advent presents on the 4 Sundays of the Advents. Different types of Advent candles and calendars are popular. Candles calendarize is an advent candle, and most people have one of these type of candles. A pocket calendar or gift calendar is also a fun way to count down to Christmas Eve. These are usually 24 small gifts for children inside the calendar, similar to those advent calendars that I mentioned before. However, in one for each day leading up to Christmas Eve. Christmas parties are usually held from the 1st of November to the 24th of December, where everyone has a good time. Making cakes and biscuits is popular in the time before Christmas, however. Gingerbread and vanilla ones are often most favourites. Most people on Christmas Eve go to a church service at 4 p.m. to hear the Christmas story. It's also traditional to give animals a treat on Christmas Eve. In Greece, up to now, Christmas Eve, children, especially boys, often go out singing out on the streets, doing their carols. While doing this, they'll play the drums and play the triangles. Sometimes they'll carry like model boats that are already decorated with nuts and dried figs. This may be very old custom in the Greek islands, however, that will do so. If children sang well, however, they will also be given some money as well as some things to eat like nuts, sweets, and some dried figs. More older traditional decorations, such as your shallow wooden bowl with a piece of wire is suspended across the rim of the bowl. A sprig of basil wrapped around a wooden cross hangs from the wire. Some water is then kept in the bowl to keep the basil alive and fresh. Leading to Christmas, holy water is sprayed in each room by the mums and is thought to keep the bad spirits away. Going to a midnight mass service is important for most Greeks. Main Christmas meal is often lamb or pork. This is usually roasted in the oven or over an open spit fire. It is usually served with spinach and cheese pie with various salads and veggies. Other Christmas and New Year's foods such as your baklava, which is a sweet pastry made of phyllo with chopped nuts and sprinkled with sweetened honey or some form of syrup. Katafai is a pastry that is flavoured with nuts and cinnamon. Thieples is also known as a deep fried or a kind of fried pastry. The pastries are usually often for breakfast or as a starter course meal. Traditional table decorations such as your loaves of Cristopasmo, which is called Christ bread, is it's a round sweet bread which is flavoured with cinnamon, orange and cloves. The top is decorated with a cross made sort of thing representing obviously Jesus Christ. This is made usually on Christmas Eve and is ready to be eaten at Christmas Day. Ireland. Most people will celebrate Christmas the same way as UK and USA, but they also have their own traditions, however, and customs like many other countries, as mentioned. The Opis, who are Catholics, last from Christmas Eve to the Feast of Epiphany, which is the 6th of January, till the 6th of January. Usually this is called the Little Christmas to some. This isn't now widely celebrated in Ireland. In an old tradition in some Irish houses, people may put up a tall, thick candle on the sill of a large window after sunset on Christmas Eve. This is left to burn right through the night, and this represents a welcome light for Mary and Joseph. Stephen's Day, which is now known as Boxing Day, is like in the UK and some other countries. Football matches and horse races meetings are usually traditionally held during those times. The Feast of Epiphany, January 6th, was also celebrated in some towns of Ireland, however, known as Women's Christmas. Okay, this is the time where women can have a day off and men do the housework and cooking. It's also known at that time that women usually tends to go out and meet their friends and so and talk and catch up with their girlfriends when they can. In the meal, it's a traditional round cake full of kawi seeds. Christmas fruit cake is now known for, which is covered with marzipan integrated with icing, in addition to the turkey spiced beef, which is usually spiced for several days, then cooked, then pressed and ready to eat during Christmas Day. And then we've got, last but not least, 2 more to go on this one, which is Jamaica. Christmas is a special time in Jamaica, like every other country, as I mentioned. Lots of people paint houses, hang new curtains, or even just decorate, and decoration, shall I say, for Christmas. Most families spend Christmas Day at home with their friends and family. Christmas Eve usually holds a grand market, which is an exciting time for all people to, get involved, especially for children. In every town or city in the country, there's a cross between a festival and a market. 6 p.m. the grand market will start and last until the morning. Following by that, some people will go to the midnight mass church service. Christmas Day meal usually is prepared on Christmas Eve. A typical Jamaican meal, which will include fresh fruit, sorrel, rum punch, and meat. Christmas Day will then include breakfast. Breakfast includes ackee, saltfish, breadfruit, fried plantains, boiled bananas, freshly squeezed fruit juice, and tea. Dinner usually is served in the late afternoon, and this may include chicken, curried goat, stewed oxtail, rice, and peas. Philippines likes to spend Christmas as long as possible, however. Christmas carols usually in shops can start as early as September. Formal Christmas celebrations, however, will start on the 16th of December, where many people go to the first of the 9 pre-dawn or early morning masses. The last mass is usually on Christmas Day. However, Christmas celebrations continue to the first Sunday in January when Epiphany or Feast of Three Kings is celebrated. In the Philippines, early masses held before Christmas, however, are called Misa de Gallo or Simbang Gabi in Filipino. Most Filipinos are Christians, with about 80% are Catholics. Christmas customs in the Philippines are a mixture of Western and native Filipino traditions. They'll have Christmas traditions such as parol, which is a bamboo pole or frame with a lighter style lantern on it, traditionally made from bamboo strips and coloured Japanese paper. Christmas Eve, they will stay awake all night leading up to Christmas Day. Christmas Eve, in the evening, Christians go to church to hear the last Simbang Gabi or Christmas Eve Mass, followed by a midnight feast called Noche Buena. Noche Buena is a big open house celebration with family, friends, and neighbours dropping in to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. Most households that holds this would have several dishes laid out and will normally include lechon, roasted pig, ham, fruit salad, rice crackers, or rice cake, shall we say, bibingli, and puto bumbong are traditional Christmas foods, and other sweets, steamed rice, and many different other types of food and drinks that are readily available. Well, that ends the first part of the Christmas traditions and festivals all around the world. Give me the like for thumbs up for support. Comment below if I'm missing out anything, or feel free to open the floorboard if I've missed out to your country and maybe share the Christmas traditions and whatnot you guys celebrate and what sort of foods you do leading up to Christmas. Feel free to share these videos around to family and friends. Feel free to subscribe to my channel, as I said, I'm hopefully to doing this on the daily. Feel free to comment or private message me on my social medias, Facebook, AspieAnswersAll, or even on here, or even on Twitter. Feel free to just enjoy your time today. I should say, do what you love what you do. Until next time, Aspie signing out. I'll see you all again soon. Ciao for now.